I am here at the Warriors Journey headquarters where they are healing invisible wounds for veterans and soldiers all around the world doing incredible work. Here with President and CEO Kevin Weaver. Kevin, thanks for having me out.
Blake, thanks for coming out and seeing our digs here.
Yes, I love it. It's a beautiful space. So Kevin, for people that are not familiar with what you all do, just tell me briefly kind of what is the Warriors Journey?
So we're a veteran service organization that works to really focus on healing invisible wounds, which a lot of people think of PTSD, moral injury issues, but there are also quite a list of other complex issues that we focus on that deal with what's going on in here. Mental health is part of that. I think a lot of people say, well, mental health, yeah, that's part of it. It's one cog, but it really is a holistic approach. So physical fitness, spiritual fitness, social fitness, mental fitness, all that related to the whole person. And so we try to address all of those areas.
Yeah, which is great. And how do you guys go about like getting to these veterans or to these soldiers, and what methods do you take to kind of help them along the way with the methods that you're talking about?
Yeah, that's a really great question. So one of our we call our big net is our website, and we do a lot of reach with the digital means. It gives people an opportunity to explore some of these issues in a private way. Most military members, veterans, families, they're not really ones to say, hey, we need help. Usually they're saying, hey, I'm good, I'm okay, I don't need help, and there's a stigma that goes with that. So our website has over 7,000 articles and video testimonies where they can explore these issues privately, and when they're ready, they can hit the Let's Talk button and then they connect with us. We also do workshops for organizations, for the DoD, for businesses, churches, and so on, and so we get the word out that way. And then we have our face-to-face centers, one like this. We have one in Germany. We're getting ready to potentially open one at Fort Bliss. We have a location at Wichita. So those face-to-face centers are very effective because then we have a place where they can come in. In fact, in Germany, I just got back from Germany.
Yeah.
We have 200 to 300 individuals that go through that center every day. So it's a pretty cool way to engage.
Absolutely. Your reach really is across the world, which is incredible on your end. So I know the work you guys do and the cause of all this is very personal to you. So why don't you tell people why this is important, kind of why you started it?
Yeah, for me, it's personal. I am a veteran, so these were issues that not to the degree where I think our post 9/11 veterans deal with, but it's an issue that I understand, and I think most people don't understand the unique challenges of military life or the military experience. And so my nephew, years ago, he joined the Marine Corps, was in Fallujah in 2002, went back to Iraq for a second deployment in 2006. We had the opportunity to engage in some really personal conversations, and I saw how cathartic that was for him. And so I thought, wouldn't it be awesome if we could create an environment where we could get warriors who are growing and becoming healthy with other warriors who need that assistance, and there's a vulnerability there. And I think that's the key, getting people to a place where they feel comfortable talking about these issues. And when you get a battle buddy connected to a battle buddy of like experience, it's pretty amazing what happens. And so we've just kind of packaged that and said, hey, let's bring this in, create that environment. And we've done that with all of our centers, what we do online, and it's been really powerful.
Yeah, I mean, shared experience is what life is all about, right? It's
really
how we get through.
Yeah,
so
it is.
What's maybe like a story or a personal testimony that just has like really stuck out to you in the work that you've done?
Yeah, there's so many.
Sure, yeah.
One that I think of quite often though is it's a pretty a crisis story, but we had a guy named Frank in Idaho who on a Sunday night, I just happened to be on call that night, and I got Frank, and he's like, hey, I'm calling you tonight because unless you can tell me why I shouldn't, I'm gonna pull the trigger on my pistol and just take my life while I'm talking on the phone. Unless you can tell me why I shouldn't. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty intense.
It's heavy.
It was heavy, very heavy. And sometimes we get to that point in crisis. And during that time, I said, well, wait a minute, Frank. Hey, first of all, what's going on? And why would you do that to me? Don't do that to me. And it's like, well, what do you mean? You don't know me. What do you care? Kind of thing. And a lot of times people get to that point, and I was like, well, hey, I'm a veteran too. I understand. I've had to walk through some things, and we've all been there, done that. You're not alone. And he said, okay. I said, don't put me in a position where I have to now process another trauma in my life, because that would you don't know me, but I love you, and I love what you've done for our country. So that opened the door. He was estranged from his family, had some issues with the VA. Honestly, within 24 hours, we were able to fix some of those issues with the VA that really opened the door, and now he's back with his family. Yeah. He's reunited with a community in his own town, and it was just really a cool story. And I could tell you story after story, but that's really like, it could be a preventative issue, but hey, I'm just beginning to have these issues or these thoughts, or it could be a full-blown, I have no hope.
Yeah.
And we can meet them on either end of that spectrum and provide care.
Well, that story right there is why the work that you all do is so vital. So also, there's a lot of things you do throughout the year to kind of spread awareness for the work that you guys are doing, and one of those is your annual gala. So why don't you tell me about that?
Yeah, so the gala gala is really great because we get to invite our community, and it's really time for us to share with our partners. We don't call them sponsors or our donors. We really like to use the word partner, but those who provide so many resources for us to do what we do, to give them kind of a state of the union. Here's what's happening, and here's what your investment has done over the course of this last year. And we get to talk about the great statistics of suicide prevention, transitional services, family services, and the many partners that we work with, because we've put together I would say a veteran alliance, with other organizations. And so what we can't do, we can certainly make sure that they get what they need through those partnerships. And so we get to talk about that and have a great celebratory night, and it's just fantastic. And we're excited about this one coming up.
Yeah, and you have a special guest.
Have a special guest, Tim Tebow.
Yes.
The Tim Tebow, and his wife, Demi Lee, will be with us as guests. And it's open to the public to come. And if people are interested, they can go to twj.org/gala.
All right, easy enough. Well, Kevin, thanks so much for having me out. If you want more information about the Warriors Journey or tickets to the gala, check it out online and reach out to our friends at the Warriors Journey.